Hello and welcome one and all to the World Ice Hockey Championships 2013 edition. We're coming to you from Stockholm, Sweden for the game between Stockholm and Canada. We will now pause first for the respective national anthems.
Du gamla, du fria, du fjällhöga nord, du tysta, du glädjerika sköna. Jag hälsar dig vänaste land upp på jord, din sol, din himmel, dina ängder gröna. Din sol, din himmel, dina ängder gröna. Du tronar på minnet från fornstora dagar, då ära ditt namn flög över jorden. Jag vet att du är och du blir vad du var. Ja, jag vill leva, jag vill dö i Norden. Ja, jag vill leva, jag vill dö i Norden.
Well, that is indeed an enthusiastic national anthem for Sweden, and I'm not here by myself tonight. I'm together with
Patrice Lefebvre.
and we're both going to be bringing you the commentary tonight on this huge game between Sweden and Canada. Both of these teams, Pat, you know, it seemed a little bit slow getting out of the blocks. You know, they ran into a very hot Swiss team. They both took losses. Do you think that gave them a bit of a kick in the rear end to get them going, to get them into the World Championship feel of things?
Absolutely. I think they, like you said, they've had a slow start, but they've been picking their games up a little lately in the last games. And I think it's just a fact of getting to play together with the teammates and getting used to the big ice rink for Team Canada especially, and just getting a rhythm, a groove to get there. And then I'm sure that with the new players, they're probably going to come from the NHL. It'll be a different NHL Team Canada and Sweden too in the next few games.
Well, of course, these teams, they have so few days to get these players together, and they have to get the various mechanisms going between, you know, forward centers. And we're having a look at the Canadian team, which is just stacked with NHL talent. A lot of the Swedish players, excuse me, were playing in the KHL. But of course, a team on paper does not necessarily translate to a team on the ice. And in fact, Sweden has to pick up a bit on its point production in these next few games, and this would be an excellent game for them to get that big Swedish scoring machine going. Of course, I'm a big face-off man. I put a big, huge amount of importance on the face-off. Pat, who's going to win? Who's going to win the opening face-off?
Well, I think I'm going to put my 10 cents on Giroux right here.
Okay, let's see. Well, Sweden wins it. It's back to the defense. They bring it up immediately to the mid-ice area, dumping it deep down into the Canadian zone. Sweden coming very quick with a lot of pressure, trying to bottle up the Canadians in their own zone, but Canada handles the pressure very well, getting the puck out into the mid-ice area. Big contact right at the center ice area between the Swedes and the Canadians, just saying hello to one another.
Well, Team Canada has got to get into the zone, offensive zone with a lot of speed in the neutral zone. What they've done in the first two games, they were standing still on the blue line, and the last two games have been playing with a lot more speed.
Yeah, and speed is what it's all about in this international hockey with the larger ice surface. And there we have Sweden in the Canadian zone working it along the boards, but Canada does come out with it with the number 17, Wayne Simmons. Bring it down, looking for that first shot on the net, and play is whistled dead, and we'll have our first face-off. And there we're having a look at number 12, Eric Stahl from Canada. And here we have Lindy Ruff and Par Martz, the respective head coaches of the Canadian and Swedish national teams.
Lindy Ruff, long time coaching Buffalo Sabres. Fortunately for him this year, it's over.
That's right. And again, Canada has the puck in the middle ice area. Luke Shen feeds it back to his defenseman. They're keeping the puck until they see what they want. They're not going to be bringing it up too fast. Canada trying to get some penetration into the Swedish zone. The Swedes handle that quite well. Here comes big number 10, Franson. Good shot, right on net, bouncing around right in front of the net. That's a bouncer. Nope. We've got stoppage in play. The referee's made his call. We're going to see what he has to say. Probably a high sticking type of situation, which will bring the face-off outside of the zone. There's the first shot, bouncing around. In fact, the player, there's number 11, gets the shot in. The puck's up in the air. Number 19, Yarncroc, happens to get his stick up too high. And I will take this opportunity to say, if I do get the pronunciation of any players' names wrong, I do apologize, but I do not apologize for my admiration of the quality of play that we're going to be seeing here tonight.
Absolutely. It's a good start so far. I've seen that Team Canada with a lot of speed, going out as a unit of 5, not just saying 2 guys at the blue line and 1 guy coming in the neutral zone. And of course, Sweden, we saw in the last rush, their defenseman is going to get involved a lot in the play, especially in offensive zone, so it should be exciting.
And we just had a good shot of the goalies, Enroth for Sweden and Smith for Canada. Enroth was with the Buffalo Sabres this year.
Absolutely.
So he's getting some excellent experience.
Absolutely. Good experience for him and as a young goalie, and right now it's Team Canada for him. It's a good test too.
Matt Duchesne, number 9 for Canada, was out there to take the face-off. Canada is not coming with any type of pressure right now. Basically, I think Canada's going to sit back and just have a look at this Swedish team and find out what the lines are, look if they can find any type of seams or any holes in the seams where they can go and play. They're working along the boards right now. And Duchesne feeds it in behind the Canadian, behind Smith, the Canadian goalie, and now they start bringing it out into the mid-ice area with number 14, Jordan Eberle, who played his junior with the Regina Pats.
Yeah, young, good player. Has been named one of the best representative of Teams Canada ever, and for juniors, and great scoring touch, especially in the NHL.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, with Edmonton Oilers as well. He signed a huge contract last year. Canada as well. Here comes Canada deep down into the Canadian zone. Number 90, Ryan O'Reilly comes in to do his best, but the Swedes handle that pressure quite well, bringing it up on the right-hand side of the ice surface. Smith directs the puck into the right-hand corner. Play is whistled dead.
Absolutely, it's going to be curious to see if Team Canada is going to play the 1-4 in the neutral zone a lot, or they're going to put more pressure on 2-on-2 with 2 guys putting pressure on puck carrier all the time. So far, the few rushes, 2 free breakouts from Sweden, they've been doing a 1-4 in the neutral zone, so trying to create turnovers in there.
And we've got the face-off in the Canadian zone, won by the Swedes, but they can't hold the puck in their own zone. Puck bounces up into the mid-ice area, broken up by the Swedes. Number 67 coming in, Martin Thornberg takes it into the corner, takes a good hit. Still working along the boards. Canada comes out in the mid-ice area. This could be good. A 3-on-2 situation was there for a second with Jeff Skinner. Jeff Skinner, who's with the Carolina Hurricanes, he's been at this tournament a few years, so he has experience as well. And of course, number 67, Thornburg. Martin Thornburg comes back, almost a goal for the Swedish team. The puck is bouncing around again around the Canadian blue line area.
The Canadians gonna have to get some shots at the goalie. Not doing a lot of, not creating a lot of scoring chance. Gonna try to keep things simple. We just saw a good example by a Swedish team. Got the puck back to the D's, shot on net, try to get for a deflection. Simple play.
That's right. Brandberg was out there. Let's have a look where he gets around. Good. You got a screen in front of the goalie. Just throw the puck in there. You never know where the bounce is going to go. It might force a defenseman to actually to take a penalty. And it's going to be discipline, discipline, discipline in these games. You can't afford to take any type of cheap penalties.
Absolutely.
Brendan Dillon brings the puck out for the Canadians. Broken up once again by the Swedes in the mid-ice area. Bring it up to the blue line, trying to carry it in. Number 28 for the Swedes, Axelsson, gets knocked down. No penalty called on that. Swedes keep possession of the puck. Almost walking through 3 or 4 Canadian players. And now we see number 91, Steven Stamkos, coming out. Oh! Tried to get a good shot between the Enroth's legs. Here comes another snapshot. The Canadians are starting to buzz around the Swedish net.
Great pressure by Team Canada. Good check by Andrew Ladd in the corner. Create a loose puck, a chance for Claude Giroux to get a good scoring chance.
The Canadians just keep on coming at him. Number 28, Claude Giroux, again is out there trying to get something happening for the Canadians quick in this first period. Landskog, Gabriel Landskog brings the puck up for the Swedes, dumps it deep down into the Canadian zone. There he is, Landskog. Back to the Swedes, get it back to the point. There's the shot, just wide, just left to the left of Smith.
One thing that King Canada is going to have to do, and what I've noticed in the games they've played so far, they leave the middle of the ice, especially in their zone, open. So again, make sure they clog down a little bit, not give so many chances from the slot.
Exactly, and the Swedes had the puck behind their net. They just took their time to get changes on the fly, get new legs out on the ice, such as number 91, Andreas Jantin. Canadians handle that pressure. Here comes Eberle, number 14. Jan Krok is for the Canadians in front of the Swedish net, waiting for a centering pass to knock it in, but not this time.
Good try by Jordan Eberle, going with speed. I like the way they're breaking out right now. Units of five-man breakout. Everybody getting speed in the neutral zone.
Some nice long stretch passes. Getting the shots down. Enroth covers that up. That shot coming in from his right-hand side. And we'll have the ensuing face-off in the Swedish zone to the right of Enroth. Let's have a look at what was just happening. Here's that last rush coming in, looking for a tip-in. Enroth got the stick down, closed the pads.
We see the middle open there, right in the slot. Guys gonna have to be a little careful for that, especially against a team like Sweden.
How long do you think these teams are going to feel each other out, Pat?
Well, I think nobody wants to open the floodgate, like we say, and make a mistake and give the momentum. So I think we're going to see pretty disciplined play in both of the teams.
Right, exactly. Some nice dipsy-doodling from number 9, Matt Duchesne at the mid-ice area. Oh, here's a Canadian chance. Enroth comes up huge for the Swedish side.
Great give and go with Duchesne and Taylor Hall for a setup from the point. Good scoring chance.
Number 20 from the Lundqvist, Joel Lundqvist, tried to do it on his own, coming down into the Canadian zone. Keeps the puck in the Canadian zone with some pressure. Now the Canadians work it back out into the mid-ice area. With Jordan Stahl, one of the famous from the Stahl family, famous for producing 3 or 4 sons who all went into the NHL.
Absolutely. Big family and all hockey players, so make their parents proud for sure.
Here come the Canadians again, looking for a centering pass from number 90, Ryan O'Reilly. That's blocked by the Swedes. keeping it out into the periphery, the perimeter along the boards.
One thing I think that Canada should do, and they've been doing a good job, especially with Eric Stahl, using the net to their advantage, protecting the puck, trying to get one of their players loose in the front of the net, or open up the Ds, get a good scoring chance that way. Not try to deep sea doodle in the middle or in the zone just by himself. Just try to make sure that they do a good cycling using the back of the net.
And there we see, here we see some of the last action, that Canadian opportunity. Enroth coming down, cutting down the angle excellently. And it's an icing call against Canada, so the puck will come all the way back down into the Canadian zone with the face-off, won by the Canadians. Bring it out in the mid-ice area. Once again, Steve Stamkos.
One thing Steve Stamkos has been doing so far here in the international level, instead of doing what he does best, is shooting the puck. He's been trying to feed Claude Giroux and Andrew Ladd all the time. He's just got to shoot that puck, and Giroux and Ladd will find their way to the net.
That's right. Sometimes players, when they get into a situation like that, they don't get their natural talents taken advantage of to the full possibility on these lines that have to be put together from various teams. And that's one of the mechanisms that has to be worked out over the course of this tournament.
Absolutely. Guys got to play, you know, even though you're with different players, you got to play your own style. That's why they brought you there. So Stamkos' weapon is his shot. He's got to use it as much as possible.
Here come the Canadians again, deep down into the Swiss area, and it is a penalty against Sweden. It's the first penalty of the game in the first period. 11:25. Sweden Canada 0-0. We'll see what the Canadian power play can do on this situation.
Well, we saw Simmons going wide, cutting in the middle. Made a great play there, and the defenseman was beat. Johan Franzen was beat, and all he had to do is just put his stick in the way and got a tripping call.
Here we're going to have a look at it again. It's coming in there. That's it. There's your penalty.
Good job by Simmons going in wide and then cutting into the middle, so that creates a lot of open space for him. Good for Canada. They have a power play.
And it's time that Canada starts capitalizing on these opportunities. It's been having a bit of a problem, especially in that first game, in the one game against Switzerland. Pat,
yeah.
This year there was a big strike in the NHL. Long layoff. How does that affect a lot of these players who are in the NHL? They come in healthier, not as tired?
Well, I think it helps older guys, absolutely. Guys like Timo Solani, Martin St-Louis this year, that's in the ends for the Hart Trophy. The young guys, I know a lot of young guys like Keberle, for example, play in the American League, so.
They're in shape all the time. That sounded like it went off a post. Canada's getting close, it seems. Working around the perimeter. Here's another excellent opportunity for Brian Campbell. Campbell over there, another goal! Canada! Stamkos, number 91, Steven Stamkos gets his goal. And you are right, Pat. You were saying discipline, discipline, discipline. Don't take penalties. Steve Stamkos made Sweden pay the price. Let's have a look at it again.
Great puck movement by Team Canada. What did they do? They passed the hot guy in the league, Steve Stamkos, his natural position on the power play with his change with Giroux, and just using his best weapon in his shot, one-timer shot. There's a goal. Great puck movement by Team Canada, though. Moving
it from one side of the ice to another, forcing the goalie to move across the mouth of the goal, opening up spaces.
Absolutely.
Classic. Beautiful. Canada 1, Sweden 0 at 10:57 in the first period.
And that's only the second goal against their PK in Sweden in 22 attempts.
In fact, Sweden was extremely strong in penalty killing. Now we'll see the reaction of Sweden in these next few minutes if they happen to catch fire and start bringing some of that pressure that we know that they can bring against the various teams, and we'll see what Canada is able to do. The goalie Smith for Canada goes behind the net, works the puck around. Here comes the Canadians again. Number 12, Stahl, Eric Stahl. Big meeting of the players behind the Swedish net.
I like what how Team Canada is playing, especially in out of the rush, keeping things simple. Puck wide, always one guy to the net. Put the puck in the net, things happen.
That seems to be the best policy for me as well. When you start trying to do things too complicated, Smith, the Canadian goalie, covers up, takes the face-off. Face-off will be to the left of Smith, the Canadian goalie. Let's have a look at some of this last action. Here's the shot coming in over to Stamkos. He one-times it right to the right of the right arm of Enroth.
We saw a good switching with Giroux and Stamkos. Stamkos started on the goal line, passed the puck to Giroux on the hash mark. Giroux gave to the D. Then they both switch, which opened up Stamkos for that 1 second shot, and the goal was in.
And that's exactly it. You're doing all these movements to open up space for your trigger man, the guy with the hot hand. There's a penalty coming against Canada. Number 92, Landskog, was taken down by, looks like Jeff Skinner.
Absolutely, that's the area I was telling you about before, Mark, in that slot area. Team Canada, so far in this tournament, they have been having a lot of problems closing that area, and they have to make it difficult. And they're a little late. Skinner, what he has to do is he's got to make a trip because he's late on his man.
Good eye, Pat. That's a very good observation. We should be phoning up the head coach, Lindy Raff of Canada.
I'll give a call to Stevie Y.
In fact, Stevie Azerman, he's the general manager of Team Canada this year, and we have Sweden is on the power play in the Canadian zone. They're moving the puck around the perimeter of the ice surface, trying to pull the Canadians out of position. Fairly static so far. There's the one-time shot. Mamma mia! Right out from number 19, Kalle Jarnkrok.
Same things, kind of the same play as Team Canada. Moved the puck from one side to the other. Got the trigger man open for a one-timer, and almost went in. Good save by Mike Smith.
And again, Swedes moving the puck out to the point, back into the corner, looking for some space, trying to create an opportunity. Once again, look at number 19 from the Swedes, Jarnkrok. He was right exactly in that same spot as he was before.
Good pressure there by Team Canada. Can't let the team from like Sweden set up. They have a chance to put pressure right away. You got to give right on there, so they force them to make a bad pass.
Dick Axelson brings the puck in on the left-hand side, moves it around to the other side of the boards, up to the point. Another about 35 seconds left in the power play opportunity for Sweden. Sweden's been having a bit of a problem on its power play throughout the tournament. It's time that Sweden turns it around right tonight. Here it comes, setting up that last shot. Oh, another shot right from the slot area that Canada gives up. Here comes an opportunity for Canada. It's a penalty called against Sweden. Canada's pulling its goalie. They're getting the 6th attacker on the ice, because it's a delayed penalty against Sweden.
Power plays on PK is almost done. I believe 6 men on the ice for Team Canada pretty soon. Great play by Claude Giroux in the zone, faking the puck, icing the puck, making a nice move on the D, almost creating a 2-on-1, and the back checker came back and holding. I thought it was going to be a penalty shot call, but I think it's just going to be a hooking call.
And there we have both the teams are just essentially exchanging penalties. They're exchanging from penalty killers to power play right now. And as we were saying, we're going to see what this type of situation, if they go on taking too many penalties throughout this game, it takes a lot of energy out of a team that always has to be killing off penalties. There's a discussion now between the various players. I think it has to do with the clock, with the number of seconds running down.
What happened is they called 6 men on the ice for Team Canada, but Team Canada took the goalie out, so the refs didn't see that. So right now they're having a discussion, and that's what Barry Trotz and Lindy Ruff are laughing about. So this should be Team Canada's power play. The linesman called too many men on the ice, but they were right because Team Canada's penalty was done, and they took Mike Smith off the ice, so it was 6 on 5, which was right. So it should be a power play for Team Canada.
It was bouncing back and forth. Even I was getting confused, Pat. Anyway, we end up with Sweden with a player in the penalty box. He's going to have 2 minutes to meditate on what he's been up to so far in this game. It's 1-0 for Canada. Of course, Lindy Ruff would just love if his players could go out there and notch another one right now, because as they say in hockey, strive for 5. The first team that gets up to 5 usually wins up to 76% of the game. So here we have the face-off in the Swedish zone, 5-on-4 for Canada. They're able to keep the puck in the Swedish zone, but now the Swedes turn it around, throwing the Canadians right back down into their zone, and we see Smith out of his net. One thing I've noticed, Pat, so far, not that this is turnover of a puck from one Swedish player coming down and putting Canada into a crisis, but I've noticed that the goalies come out of the net quite regularly. They want to play the puck more than a few years ago.
A lot. Right now, it's the goalies are always much better with puck angling and stuff like that, and better skaters, so they take more chances coming out of their net. Now Team Canada's gonna have to work harder than that on the PP. There's 3 guys in the corner there. There should be a 4th Team Canada guy right there, and Schultz should move over.
Right.
And Campbell should go down and help.
I've noticed as well in this tournament that the referees are very, very stingy about giving out face-offs from there, from blocking the puck, from freezing the puck along the boards.
Absolutely, they want the puck to, they want the play to keep going, and rightfully so.
Here we have the puck again in the Swedish zone. Canada coming in, number 19, taking a snapshot, goes off a leg into the corner. Canada keeps possession. It's back to number 19, Schultz, on the point, and moving it around in front of the net. Bounces off into the corner again. Now the Swedes finally get possession. Take a high flick shot into the center ice area. Smith again out of his net, handling the puck very calmly as well.
Well, yeah, too, because players from Team Canada are just waiting for the puck, and Swedish guys are putting a 2-man forward check, so yeah, no choice.
Canada again down to under 10 seconds left. And this power play situation will end for Canada. Canada had a bit of a problem getting things going in that power play. Both teams are back 5-on-5, full strength. 5:30 left in the first period. 1-0 Canada. Canada on the attack in the Swedish zone. Here we've got Jordan Stahl, one of the Stahl brothers, getting out there, getting him trying to create some opportunities for his team. Great back checking, breaking up the Swedish play between the 2 blue lines. Jeff Skinner coming out there as well, trying to force a situation, trying to get the Swedes to cough up a puck. Instead, the Swedes come back with the number 67, Martin Thornburg, throws it deep down into the Canadian zone, and play is whistled dead. Once again, we're looking at Per Martz, the head coach for Sweden. He's been behind the bench for a while as well. So both of these head coaches are bringing lots of experience. And of course, these teams also have one eye towards Sochi, which is the Winter Olympics next year. And there we have a good look at Jordan Eberle, one of the hot triggermen shooters for Canada. Puck behind the Canadian net, moved off into the corner, thrown right back to the Swedes into the other corner. They say we're going to come back and do it again.
Good play, getting out of the zone.
Huge opportunity for Canada. Whoa, Enroth robs number 9, Matt Duchene from Canada on a breakaway. Huge moment. We're going to have a look at that again.
Absolutely. It was great play by Eberle on the boards, get the puck out, create a 2-on-1, and then a 1-on-0, to Matt Duchene. Great move by Duchene, but Enroth followed him all the way, made a great save.
Well, that's the whole thing. A lot of the times you have to go out there and create your own opportunities. Here how it's developed.
Good play right there. Good pass by Taylor Hall. Good support. Oh, he had him beat too.
And it was Taylor Hall who was actually who sucked in the Swedish defenseman who tried to play the puck, who opened up that space for Duchene. Right there, here we hit again. Oh, it was just about to go through between the pads, but Enroth recovered. Absolutely fantastic save from Enroth. If that's anything of what we're going to see, it's going to be a great game here tonight.
Well, I don't think the coach want to see too many breakaways on either side, but It was a great job by Eberle on the boards, like you said, and Taylor Hall came in, supported, brought the D to himself, and just give a little backhand pass to Duchesne for breakaway, and all the merits to Enroth, who followed the puck and stayed with him.
And in fact, at this level of hockey, that's how fast things can turn around. You can make a breakaway with 1 or 2 quick little passes. Here we've got resumption of play in the Swedish zone. Swedes come up with the puck, pushing it up to the left-hand side of the ice surface behind the Canadian net, sending in 2 players, trying to get the Canadians to cough out the puck, but to no avail. The Canadians bring it right back down into the Swedish zone. Bit of a give and go with number 24, Matt Reed, getting some ice time out there. The puck goes across the mouth of the net, off into the other corner. And the Swedes coming right back at Canada. Canada having 3 men back, covering maybe starting to cover up those spaces that they were giving away earlier on in the period.
Well, the Team Canada is doing a good job on the boards in their zone. And against a team like Sweden, which the defensemen are really aggressive and pinching a lot of the times, if they do their job right, should create a lot of 2-on-1s or maybe breakaways like we've seen before.
Wayne Simmons, number 17 for Canada, has dumped it into the Swedish zone. Both teams went for a change. Here's a chance. Huge chance for Sweden. Robbed. Smith came out with the big goalie pad, taking a huge goal opportunity away from Sweden.
Great save by Smith there. Bad play by Team Canada, their own blue line.
Oh, here's the Canadian opportunity. Oh, it's end-to-end action, end-to-end opportunities. They're getting wide. They're starting to play wider open all the time, coming up in the last few minutes of this period.
What a great save by Enroth. Nice give and go with Giroux and Stamkos. And Stamkos thought he had an open net, and Enroth just came and robbed him with the pad.
You know, Pat, before we went on the air, you were talking about maybe the big story at this tournament is the goalies, and I think you're right.
Absolutely. If we look at Sweden, at Switzerland, pardon me, if we look at even
the U.S.
Like the U.S., we look at the French goalie today. It's been remarkable at the prestation of the goalies so far in this tournament.
The goalies, especially the French goalie, he came up with a 2-1 win over Russia of all teams. I do tip my hat to him.
Absolutely. Shows you that hockey game is played on the ice, not on paper.
That's a good observation of it. And here we have Sweden coming out of its zone again, trying to get broken up by the Canadians in the mid-ice area. They play it back to their D-men, who now get a good cross-rink pass over to the Canadians players, back to the defense area. Big screen shot going wide. The Canadians are pushing in these last few minutes. Eberle's out there. Duchesne's out there. They want to maybe notch another goal before going into the dressing room.
All 3 young kids there. A lot of energy, a lot of speed with Duchesne, Eberle, and Hall. And they have to create a lot of offense, that's for sure, for Team Canada.
Here it is. The puck's dumped right in behind Enroth, the Swedish goalie, behind the net. Here comes Duchesne looking for a wraparound, but to no avail. Denied. Oh! Huge opportunity for Canada again. Enroth gets that big pad leg out there. Denied.
What a save again. 3 in a row.
Coming up on 1 minute left in the first period. Here come the Swedes.
Could be 3-0 for Team Canada right now.
Oh, another opportunity for Canada. Oh.
Again, well, they're going to have to try to change something else because the 5-hole obviously is not open. So they're going to have to try to go somewhere, make him go down and go top shelf. But what another save against by Enroth, saving his team within the last minute to play in this first period. Here we see again Giroux, Stamkos, open net. What a save.
Good stretch by Enroth.
That's great goaltending right here.
The defensemen are going to have to buy a few drinks for Enroth after the game tonight.
Probably. Remember those saves, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, because might be the story of the game.
That's right. 43 seconds left in the period. Play is whistled dead. This first period is ending on a very high note. There we have a look at number 20, Joel Lundqvist from the Swedish side. And let's have a look at some of the action we just saw.
We saw Schultz there, a little shaky in his own blue line, lost the puck there, and gave Sweden a good chance for scoring. But great save by Smith as well.
Oh, yeah, getting that big pad leg out there. And here we have the face-off in the Swedish zone. The Canadians keep the puck in right on the blue line, behind the Swedish net. Working it around the Stahl, some of the big Stahl brothers. Very difficult to move players like that off the puck. Here comes number 17, Simmons. Wayne Simmons has it right behind the net. They give it up to the Swedes. The puck bounces out into the Swedish bench.
Miscommunication there with Reed and Simmons. But there you've seen a perfect example of Team Canada cycling, using the back of the net to protect himself, making plays in front of the net, because then the goalie's got to turn his head, and so as the defenseman, they got to be back to their play. So it's a good job by them so far. And I like the way Canadians playing, and they're playing with a lot of speed, creating a lot of scoring chance out of that.
Here, coming up to the last 20 seconds of the first period, Sweden has the puck. They're content just to throw it out into the mid-ice area and see if anything happens. A little snapshot down onto Smith. He covers up, and we'll have the ensuing face-off to the left of Smith in the Canadian zone. This is where you really want a money face-off man to draw it right back to your defenseman and get that last slap shot in the last dying seconds of a period. That a goal like that can kill the other team and lift your team up to the clouds, can it, Pat?
Absolutely, especially in the last seconds of a period. But a good win by Team Canada here.
Canada brings it out, dumps it down, and things will be ending that way for the first period. 1-0 Canada against Sweden, end-to-end action. Both teams will go off to the dressing rooms. They'll talk about it. You guys go off, get yourself a sandwich. We'll see you back here in about 10 minutes' time. Hello, welcome back to the start of the second period between Canada and Sweden. It's 1-0 for Canada. I'm here with Patrick Lefebvre. Pat, what do you think the respective coaches were saying to their players in the dressing room?
Well, for Team Canada, I think on the offensive side, keep doing what you're doing. Keep actually playing strong on the boards, on the breakout, supporting each other like they've been doing. It's going to create a lot of scoring opportunities because of the Swedish defensemen being very aggressive and pinching all the time. For the Swedish part, I say that they got to take advantage of the slot area from Team Canada that's always open. Get the Ds involved more on the outside, not on the inside, not on the outside, excuse me. And get pucks at net, try to create traffic, and create some rebounds and get some ugly goals, like we say.
And would you, if you're a Swedish team, would you want to get into a skating game with this Canadian side? Do you think they can keep up, or do you think Canada would just skate away from them?
No, I think you gotta skate for skate. I think Sweden's got a good skating team as well. Europeans are known for that too. So I think they got to go speed for speed and attack. Don't be too shy. Just take the game to them, to Canada.
So do you think at those last few minutes in the first period, when they really started opening things up and we were getting end-to-end action with super incredible scoring opportunities for Canada and Sweden, we're going to see a lot more of that in this second period?
Hopefully for us, yes. I don't know what the coaches probably saying no, but hopefully for us, because it made it really exciting so far. Very exciting first period.
And that's why they say the coaches have gray hair. Here we're coming up on the opening face-off for the second period. Sweden, Canada. If you tuned in late, obviously Sweden is in yellow, Canada is in red. Opening face-off won by the Swedes. Back to the Swedish defense. They bring it up immediately dump it into the Canadian zone. Brendan Dillon, number 5, the Canadian defenseman, brings it out into the mid-ice area. We saw a lot of this play between the two blue lines in the first period. And it seems like the Swedes are going to try and get a quick shot on Smith from a very sharp angle. Smith kicks it away into the corner. Here comes number 16 for Canada. Andrew Ladd.
We saw Robida get caught there in the blue line. Almost giving a good chance for Sweden, so these are going to have to be careful. Oof. Here
comes a big Swedish opportunity from number 11, I believe it was, Simon Jarmelson. He was able to walk, seems to be able to just walk right into that upper high slot area.
There's that middle again I'm talking about. Canada is leaving it too open, way too open. Defenseman's got to close the blue line a little bit, make it harder for them to get into their zone.
And once those teams start coming with those snipers that they have, they're going to make you pay the price.
Absolutely.
Here comes Canada on the attack again. Number 24, Reed, Matt Reed, having in. Goal, Canada! There we have number 22, Luke Shin, gets the second goal. Enroth, he can't believe it either. How did that one go in, he's saying. But Canada is up 2-0 right away at the beginning of the second period.
Great play by Matt Reed, going in, stopping, heads up play. Luke Shen coming in late in the zone, supporting the attack. Great top shelf goal. We shot Simmons, and I'm not sure he's in front there, creating, and Stahl creating some havoc in front of Enroth. Nice play, nice goal.
Big screen. There we see Parmarts. He's not happy how this second period is getting going at the 55-second mark of the second period. There we have a good look at number 22, the goal scorer for Canada, Luke Shen. Came in with a great, nice snapshot right into the net. It's 2-0 Canada. Lindy Ruff couldn't be anything but content with his players right now.
I think he was as surprised as we were that he scored a goal. He's not used to scoring goals.
And we were just saying that we saw Sweden starting to get some chances on the Canadian net, and then the Canadians just come back and burn the Swedes.
Absolutely.
What does that do to a team when you're working hard, creating your opportunities, and then all of a sudden the other team seems that no effort just comes along and gets a goal?
Well, it's a bit human nature to feel a bit sorry for yourself, but they don't have time for that. They have almost 40 minutes left of hockey. A lot of things can happen.
And the players whistle dead, and good thing for the Swedes because Canada's starting to buzz around the net. They're starting to smell goals. Number 17, Simmons, is out there with Reed as well. This is how the play developed for the last goal. Snapped it up right at the sevens.
We saw that Simmons, and we see Stahl going right in front there too. That bring a defenseman to him, which leaves Shen all open for that top shelf goal.
In fact, you saw Simmons exactly went right to that point, immediately turns, looks to see what's happened. That's excellent play, creating a lot of traffic in front of the other team's goalie. Swedish player falls on his own, goes heavily into the boards. There's another Canadian opportunity. Enroth gets that right leg out there to turn the puck into the corner. The Swedes are a bit back on their heels. That rang around, sounded like maybe a caught bit of the post, that slap shot from the Swedes. Maybe the Swedes are coming back right now.
Well, putting pressure right now to have it. We were lucky on the last one with Taylor Hall and Eberle coming out of the corner, but good chance right there from Sweden team.
In fact, Martin Thornburg is out there, number 67, trying to get things going for his team once again. Here come the Swedes. They were like we were saying, they were a bit back on their heels for the first few minutes. Now they seem to have gotten their steam back.
Only takes a goal to get them back in that game.
Oh, situation with the Swedes, have the puck right behind the Canadian net, bringing it out, looking for the wraparound, trying to put it up high. It bounces right back behind Smith, behind the Canadian net. Here come the Canadians again.
There was that use of the back net by the Swedish player too, created himself a
Jordan
chance.
Stahl steals the puck, creates a big opportunity for Canada. That's right, both of these teams seem to want to pass a lot of the time behind the other team's net, forcing that goalie to move around, and as you were saying, Pat, to turn his head.
Absolutely. Makes it harder for him to see the puck.
Here come the Swedes, number 19, Kali Järnkrok. And number 19, Kali Järnkrok, is doing a good back-checking job right now to break up the Canadian play, getting the puck onto the Swedish defenseman's stick. They take their time, move it up to the mid-ice area, dump it down into the Canadian zone. Teams are going for changes on the fly, getting fresh legs out there. There we have a good look at number 5, Dylan, for the Canadian side. Number 91 for Canada.
Good block there by
Stamkos
Dylan.
is out. He netted himself a goal in the first period. Here come the Swedes. That shot coming in on Smith, the Canadian goalie. Seemed to have saw it all the way coming in, covered it up, right up in the upper chest area.
Good job by the defenseman to clearing the front of the net. You see that chance from Sweden right there?
Off the post.
Absolutely.
Look to the left-hand side. Had Smith beat off the outside of the left post. And we have the face-off in the Canadian zone to the left of Smith, the Canadian goalies. The Canadians get the face-off. Here comes the goal scorer, number 22 for Canada. Luke Shen netted himself the second goal for Canada. Gets it down into the Swedish zone. Swedes having a moment of difficulty getting out of their own zone, getting organized, because the Canadians are now coming with some high pressure. Here comes number 44 for the Swedes, Danielsson, Nicholas Danielsson, trying to get something going. Swedes moving it around the periphery of the Canadian zone. Canadians are not giving them much time there. Number 28 for the Swedes, Axelsson, Dick Axelsson, caught along the boards. And the Swedish defensemen keep the puck, moving it deep down into their zone, opening up some of that space in the middle ice area. And there we have speedster number 19 again, Kelly Yarncroc. Ho, ho, ho.
And we saw that open, that middle open again for Team Canada.
That's right. It seems like all you have to do is let up for about maybe 30 or 40 seconds with the Swedes, and all of a sudden they're all over you. Canadians bring it out into the mid-ice area. Good give and go.
Good try by Taylor Hall there, using his speed.
Okay. Oh, here's a good possible opportunity for the Swedes. Broken up by Canada. Offside against Canada. Stoppage in play right now.
There's what we were talking about, keeping things simple right there. There's a good scoring chance for Sweden. You should never pass a shot opportunity, and he did. He tried to make a pass back to the corner. Team Canada recuperated the puck and break out.
And there's a classic situation where number 21 from Sweden, Louis Eriksson, lost the puck in his skates. He couldn't see where it was.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of a little luck, or luck for Team Canada actually.
And there's Skinner, number 55, trying to do his best to get breaking up the Swedish play. And Smith, the Canadian goalie, squeezes the puck, and we have another stoppage in play, and we'll have the face-off to the right of Smith in the Canadian zone. 2-0 Canada over Sweden. Average age on the Canadian team is 25, 27 on the Swedish team. Swedish team is a bit lighter than Canadians on average. There we're having a look at some of the highlights again. Stamkos's goal from the first period. Here we have Shen's goal. Right at the 55-second mark of the second period, taking it to 2-0, where how it stands right now between Canada and Sweden.
Sweden's limited their play up a little bit in the last 2-3 minutes, bringing it to Team Canada. So Team Canada can't play on their heels. They got to keep playing on their toes, keep putting pressure, keep going with speed.
How much does this Swedish team miss the Sedin twins?
Well, the Sedin twins are known to play together for a long time. You see what they do in the NHL with the Vancouver Canucks that just lost to the San Jose Sharks in 4 straight games. Alexander Edler should be coming too with those two guys on Saturday, so that will be a big difference, especially on their power play with those 3 guys are used to play together, and their Vancouver power play was very good this year, so looking forward to see the Swedish team get elevated play from those guys.
Yeah, so they should be in town up in Sweden, in Stockholm, Sweden, on Saturday.
Absolutely.
Here's a possible turnaround for Sweden, but they can't squeeze the puck, keeping it in their own end. The Canadians come right back after the Swedes, pushing them deep down into the Swedish zone. Here comes number 11, Hjalmarsson, pulling it around behind the net. Canadians come out with the puck, getting themselves organized over to Jeff Skinner, number 53. Walking it in, Swedish defenseman number 4 pulls down the puck, takes it off into the corner, lets his side get organized.
was a good job by O'Reilly in his own zone. He sprayed the puck in the corner, giving it right up to us, Taylor Hall, and went right in the middle, right to the net, create some space.
Keep it simple, as you say. Here come the Swedes, pushing deep down into the corner, using as much muscle as they can. Fredrik Pettersson. Whoa! Look at this. Talk about second effort from 91 Jamton. Swedes are trying to up the tempo, up the speed a little bit. They want to get themselves back into the game at this point. Here come the Swedes again, keeping that suffocating pressure on the Canadians. Smith turns the puck away into the corner. Canadians come up with the puck. May be looking for a tap-in right now. Oh!
Almost went in on that one too.
Just over Enroth's head, over the top of the net. Once again, Patrick, you are correct. The Swedish player was just able to walk right into the high slot and take the shot. Let's have a look at some of the action that's been going on here again. There's Stamros coming over. That was the last one off the head. Enroth lifted his head, went off the top of his mask behind the net.
Just trying to do a little bit of a show there for the fans in Sweden, I'm sure. But Team Canada's they have to play smart. They have to play a smarter game right now. They have to pick it up. If not, Sweden's gonna bring that to them. Only needs one goal to get things going, get the fans going, momentum change, and then Team Canada is gonna be back on the rails again.
That's right, and we're having a good look at number 19 from the Canadian side, Justin Schultz. He's getting some ice time out there as well. Smith a little undecided about whether to stop the play or let it go. He eventually did let it go, and Canada does bring it out to the middle ice area. Turning it over to the Swedes. They move it between their defensemen. Now bring it up to the mid-ice area. Nice work by number 10, Franson, the defenseman, and bring it all the way, almost did it coast to coast.
Again, way too easy for the Swedish players to get into the zone. They got to clog out the blue lane, make it harder, force a dump, create a loose puck, and go get it.
Canadians coming down once again. Number 12 inside, Stahl, Eric Stahl. Turns the puck over to the Swedes. They're just content to throw the puck deep down. Smith, Canadian goalie, as we were saying in the first period, has no fear whatsoever about coming out of the net and actually playing the puck and puck handling as well. And the Swedes again turn it around out into the mid-ice area. Have a 2-on-2 situation, looking for the tap-in. Not so there. Stoppage in play right now.
We don't know why the play stopped right there. Maybe
well,
the ref side go out, but players didn't seem like it. Kent Nilsson played with him in Clotham in Switzerland in the early 90s. Hell of a player. Great set of hands, a great guy as well.
Well, there he is sitting in the crowd tonight supporting his home team of Sweden. And Canada and Sweden are battling for the puck along the edge. Here's the puck out into the mid-ice area, one-on-one. Canada, shot possibility.
Great job there again on the boards, getting the puck out. Like I said before, they pinch a lot. The defense from Swedes pinch a lot. So if the forwards from Sweden are not disciplined covering up their Ds, it's going to create a lot of one-on-one, one-on-0, or two-on-ones. And we just saw the perfect example with Tara Hall there.
And of course, the longer this situation goes on where Sweden is down, the more they're going to have to start pulling up and pinching and risking this type of situation, which can open up these type of situations for Canada to come right back at them and try and pop in another goal.
Absolutely.
There we're looking at the speedster, number 19 for the Swedish side, Jarnkrok. Kalle Jarnkrok, he's been driving some of the Canadian defensemen crazy tonight. There's a big shot from number 91, Stamkos, excuse me, for the Canadian side going wide. Stamkos follows the puck in behind the net. Number 44 for Canada, Smith. Mike Smith has it right back onto the net, but to no avail. Here come the Swedes. Ho ho! No penalty called on that. The Canadians all collapsed towards the net, getting all 5 of their players clogging up the zone right in front of Smith. Järnkrok for the number 19 for the Swedish side, throws it deep into the Canadian zone, goes to the bench for a change. Here come the Canadians, number 16, shot right down onto Enroth. Enroth squeezes it. We have a face-off in the Swedish zone.
Well, a little luck there for Team Canada in their own zone. Sweden put a lot of pressure, a lot of havoc. Team Canada was all mixed up in their own zone. And fortunately for them, they got a chance to get the puck out of their zone.
And that was Andres Jamtin, number 91 for Sweden, who had most of that opportunity, last opportunity in the Canadian zone. And the face-off goes to the Canadians. Jeff Skinner comes up with it for Canada in the behind the boards and behind the net, doing excellent work, putting his all into it. Canadian defenseman, number 5, Brendan Dillon, has a bit of a problem with the Swedes, coming with very high pressure, being very aggressive against the Canadians in their own zone right behind the Canadian net. That could be a penalty, and it is against Canada. Looks like tripping. Number 11 from the Canadian side, Jordan Stahl, who will having been 2 minutes in the penalty box.
Well, just a bit misunderstanding between the D's and the 4 there. Dillon had a chance to get the puck behind the net first, and then kind of forced Stahl to kind of go out of position. And unfortunately, his body and his stick position were in the wrong place. And
wrong place, wrong time.
Absolutely.
And he gets the penalty.
Communication is a big part of the game, and you gotta have it.
Can't this be the golden opportunity for Sweden to pull themselves back into this game with this penalty? Let's see what the Swedish power play can do. They've been having trouble throughout the tournament up till now. Here comes, oh, fans on the shot. Oh, right onto Smith.
Canada's gonna have to make sure that that pass in the middle across, they're gonna have to put their sticks in the passing lane, make it really hard for them to make a pass there. Now it was too easy.
Gustafsson fanned on the first attempt, got it in on the second. Smith juggled a bit, but he was able to squeeze it and get the face off to the left of himself, or left of Smith in the Canadian zone. 5-on-4 power play. Sweden 1:35 left in the power play. The puck jumps up into the Swedish bench. We get a stoppage in play once again. The other Stahl brother, Eric, is out there, number 12.
Captain of the Carolina Hurricanes. Excuse me. Playing with his brother for the first time. Jordan had just signed a contract, left Pittsburgh Penguins for winning the Stanley Cup with them. 2 brothers, 2 Stanley Cups in the family.
Ooh, big clearing pass from Smith, the Canadian goalie, all the way down the ice. Right down the middle of the ice as well. Swedes trying to move the puck around, getting themselves organized, to get a good penetration down at the Canadian zone. Patrick is indicating to me again that the Canadians are just giving up that space right at the middle of the Canadian blue line. Why don't the Swedes go right up the middle of that space? You're probably thinking that yourself, right?
Well, right there, you had you have Duchesne. Oh.
Here comes the Canadians getting a shorthanded. Oh, just about a tip in for number 16, Andrew Ladd. Could have been a shorthanded goal. Just under 40 seconds left in the power play for Sweden. Battling it out along the boards. Swedes trying to get control, trying to move the puck around the periphery of the ice zone, trying to draw the Canadians out of their position. 25 seconds left in the back. Out to the point, moving it between the 2 defensemen. Whoa. No penalty. It's a 2-on-1 for Canada. Here comes Canada. Shot, no, blocked by Enroth. Long stretch pass for the Swedes. They aren't able to take advantage of it. Full strength, both teams. They're starting to get into a race right now. Here comes Stamros. Shot, goal Canada! Goal Canada! Number 11, I believe it's Jordan Stahl.
What a great play by O'Reilly right there. Great play by Harrison first.
Jordan Stahl just came out of the penalty box, jumped into the play with Stamkos.
Here we see great pass by Reed. Fake by O'Reilly.
Oh ho ho!
Open net by Stahl.
Stahl just came out of the penalty box, came in on that side, on the other side. Stamkos put the puck right across the ice. There's the third goal for Canada, 3-0.
Right before that, we saw a great play by Harrison. Sweden made a great transition play. Long pass to the far blue line, almost doing a breakaway. Harrison was able to get back, get the puck to Matt Reed, who gave the pass to O'Reilly, who created the 2-on-1.
Well, that's exactly what you're saying, Pat. The more that this game goes on like this, Sweden has to keep on risking, have to keep on opening it up. Canada knows this. They're waiting, just like a fox waiting for its opportunity. When the puck comes out, they jump on it and they make you pay the price. And now they're down 3 goals.
Absolutely. Now Canada's got to be smart, not open the floodgates like we say, and give Sweden a chance to get back in that game. They got to manage the game from now on.
Matt Duchesne takes the face-off and wins it for Canada. After the third goal, it's 3-0 for Canada against Sweden in the second period. 6:50 left in the second period.
Not much Henroth could do on that one either.
No, they just passed it right across them, forcing him to move from one side of it to another. Goalies hate that. Goalies like just to sit there. And they can say, just take the shot at me, but when goalies start moving from one side of the net to the other, that means they're opening up spaces.
I think that goal took a little bit of life out of the Swedish team.
Yeah, and the Canadians are coming right after them, keeping this pressure. Of course, when you have a team like Canada that has the opportunity to stay in your end of the rink for minute after minute, sooner or later they're going to put the puck in the net.
Absolutely, you can't give them too many chances.
Here comes Ladd. Here comes the shot from the point, deflected off into the corner. Canadians are buzzing around the Swedes right now. Canadians keep possession of the puck, pulling it deep down into the end, opening up space for their wingers. Here comes Ladd, number 16. Stamkos is out there as well. And the Canadians just push the Swedes right back out into the mid-ice area. Stamkos is doing a great amount of work.
Absolutely, playing good, creating a lot of chances in front, but playing solid in his own end and back-checking as well.
Here we might be seeing some of the frustration from the Swedish side, from Axelsson, starting to come out after doing their best. They find themselves now 3 goals down.
They just have to keep plugging. They just have to keep going. That's what he's saying right there. Keep going, keep plugging. You know, you got chances before, you're gonna get chances again. Just make sure you stay with the game plan. Keep putting, they have to put pucks at net, pucks at net, pucks at net, and take advantage of the middle of the ice, especially in their own zone from Team Canada.
Just like the Canadians are doing here. We're looking at the third and the last goal. Stahl, he comes in from the penalty box, boom, right in. Very simple, 1, 2, 3, take the shot, and they've got themselves a goal.
As a coach, you always tell your player not to give them the open net, so you got to cheat a little bit on the other side and give the shooter to your goalie. Fortunately for Team Canada, that's not what happened.
There's a lot of talent on that Canadian bench.
Absolutely.
And we're getting back to the game now with 5:15 left in the second period. Face-off goes to the Swedes deep down into the Swedish area. The Canadians are on them immediately. Wayne Simmons out there getting some ice time along with Matt Reed. Here comes Speedy Gonzalez, number 19, Kalle Järnkrok for the Swedes. He's had some excellent opportunities, especially right at the beginning of this second period. Jarmosin trying to get something going for the Swedes, but to no avail. And the Canadians are just dump it down deep into the Swedish end of the rink.
Canada just keep putting pressure on them.
Oh, here's a turnover for the Canadians. Let's see if they can make something of it. Looking for a tip-in, but to no avail. Jordan Stahl. Puck goes across, too far, out into the mid-ice area. The Canadians have to retreat, regroup. And there's Jeff Skinner coming around behind the Swedish net, looking for a good opportunity. He would love to get a goal. Canadians coming with, there's Stahl. Oh!
Great save by Enroth again.
Good opportunity again for Stahl.
Well, we saw them put some pressure, create a turnover in the Swedish zone right there. Before that, defenseman gave the puck away twice. One to O'Reilly there, and the other one's right before the Stahl. And great scoring chance, but great save by Enroth.
Canadians starting to buzz around the Swedish net. They know that if they can get maybe another goal in this second period, that it will be very difficult for Sweden to gather its forces for the third period. The Swedes, on the other hand, know that they have to get themselves back into the game in this second period. Breakaway, almost a breakaway for Canada.
See Team Canada forwards in the Swedish zone on the defenseman right away. Don't give them chance.
Here comes Canada again. Shot from the point right onto Enroth. That shot came from Brody, TJ Brody, from the Canadian defenseman right onto Enroth. He covers it up. We'll have a stoppage in play right now here at the Globe Arena in Stockholm. There's Matt Sundin.
Yeah.
Another player that's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, IIHF Hall of Fame, and was a good player in the NHL. Played for Quebec Nordiques and then Toronto Maple Leafs. Had a great NHL career.
Good. Turn over the puck in the Swedish zone. The Canadians can't capitalize on it, but they keep possession out into the mid-ice area. Just under 3 minutes left in the second period.
One thing that's important for Team Canada, they can't start making those cute plays. They got to keep playing Team Canada style, which is simple hockey, speed, puck to the net, keep things open, keep things simple, especially in their defensive zone.
Exactly.
Hey, right there's an example.
There you go, right there. The Swedes creeping up on them, forcing some mistakes. Now the Canadians are getting it together, moving that puck out into the mid-ice area. Here comes Stamros. Shot on Enroth, gets blocked by the Swedish defenseman. Here come the Swedes. Canadians again looking for a fast break. Possible.
Reed tried to set up Stamkos for a one-timer on selfish play, but probably should have shot that puck.
Here's another turnover for the Canadians. Simmons right at the Swedish line. Looks to me like Sweden's maybe a bit running out of gas at the end of this period. What do you say, Pat?
Yeah, absolutely. Took that third goal took some life out of them. Absolutely. They're not playing concentrated hockey.
And Canada seems to be taking advantage of it. Here comes. That shot goes off the stick over the glass into the netting, and we get to stoppage and play again. And there we're having a look at Per Martz, head coach for Sweden. He has to look up and down the bench, looks to see if he can make some other combination of players that would change the face of this game right now. Combination between, wingers, centermen, maybe get somebody else out there who hasn't seen that much ice time up to this point. Here we have the face-off, won by the Swedes. Stahl is out there again. He netted himself a goal just a little while ago, number 11 for Canada. Looks like he wants to get himself another one.
Good forecheck right off the face-off by Skinner and Stahl.
Here come the Swedes around the back of the Canadian net, looking for the quick centering pass. Could be a penalty coming in there. Doesn't look like it at all. Play goes on. Stamkos. Canadians come up with the puck, bringing it out of their own zone. Under 1 minute left in the second period. Here comes Jeff Skinner trying to split the defense, going right down deep against the boards behind the Swedish net. Stahl comes in, does his stuff as well for the forechecking. They're out there with number 51 from the Canadian side, Brian Campbell. Stahl having a big second period, getting lots of ice time, doing lots of work with the puck. Here are the Canadians doing that mill, moving it around. Jordan Eberle as well, getting some more ice time right now. All the players looking to get that quick centering pass out in front of the Swedish net. Jordan Eberle has the puck now behind the net. Looking around. Still keeps it in. And the Swedes, right at the 0 time. That's the second period. It ends 3-0 for Canada. Teams are off into their dressing room. We'll see you back here in about 10 minutes' time. Hi, welcome back to the start of the third period between Canada and Sweden. It is 3-0 for Canada. The Swedes in the dressing room. Pat, what do you think Par Martz was saying to his players?
Well, definitely not to give up. There's a big 20 minutes left. A lot of things can happen in hockey, and they have to put pressure, keep putting pressure, keep using the weakness of Canada tonight, which is the middle and then their own blue line, and try to get as many pucks as to the net and try to create a lot of traffic and one lucky goal or something like that, and get the momentum change to their side.
Yeah, and I imagine they want to come out there and try and get a quick goal in the first minute, just like Canada when they came out into the second period. At 55-second mark, they got their second goal. Then that third goal, it seems like Sweden just ran out of gas at the end of the second period.
Absolutely, it just took the life out of them, and you just saw by their body language and by the little mistakes that they've made, especially in their own zone, giving the puck away that easy. You could just see that the motivation aspect was out a little bit. So I would expect that within the first 5 minutes of this third period to see a very aggressive Sweden try to get things going and try to get a goal in the first 5 minutes of the game of the third period.
And Mike Smith, the Canadian goalie, he's going to be called upon to make a few stops in this period. And we had just before that, we had a good look at number 11 on the Canadian side, Jordan Stahl. He netted himself a goal coming out of that penalty box. What do you think, him coming in out of the penalty box? He caught the Swedish defense looking the other way, slipped in, was able to get that cross ice pass, and he made no mistake. Popped it right into the back of the net. Absolutely.
You can't give the guys like that opportunities like that, because you saw how it happened. Pucks in the net.
And the Canadians win the opening face-off for the third period and dump it right down into the Swedish end. Canadians coming very aggressively against the Swedes right at these first few seconds. Enroth, the Swedish goalie, knocks the puck off into the corner. Canadians, we get whistled down the play. Stoppage of play right now in the first few seconds. And we've got a penalty coming up right away to start off. Giroux, number 28 for Canada. He gets himself a 120-second break in the penalty box.
Well, maybe that's a door opening right there for Team Sweden in the first minute to get a power play. So, like I said, in the first 5 minutes of this game, if they get a goal back, might put them back in the game.
Whoa, there's a good shot right onto Smith. We said he's going to have some work to do in this third period, and it started right away. 1:50 left in the Swedish power play. They're moving the puck around. A little bit too much movement on it. The Canadians are coming after them right now, want to get the puck out of their zone. The referees seem to call very, very strict on the stick work here at the World Tournament as compared to other leagues.
Absolutely.
And the Swedes keep possession in the Canadian zone, moving it over to the other side. Puck bouncing around it a little bit. The Canadians are able to get possession of it, but can't get it out. Now they do have it, and they pop it down the length of ice into the mid-ice area. And the Swedes come right back at him. Quick shot on to Smith. He covers up, gets a stoppage in play, and the ensuing face-off will be to the left of Smith, the Canadian goal. Here's that last shot coming in from the point. He was, I think he lost it a bit. He was a bit screened by the Canadian player. I mean, he got it off his blocker, off his right hand.
A reaction save, like we say.
Swedes keeping the possession of the puck, trying to one-time it. Off the blue line, trying to work in a quick centering pass. Canadians trying to bring the pressure. There it is! Almost a goal for Sweden. How did he miss that? Number 67 from the Thornburg. We're going to have another look at that one. Swedes did everything right except put it in the net. Here comes Thornburg again with that centering pass. Canadians looking a bit scrambly right now in the last 30 seconds. One more time. Going wide. Puck rolls around out in the mid-ice area. About 15 seconds left in the power play for Sweden. Both teams getting fresh legs on the ice. Long stretch pass down to the Canadian blue line.
Good job by Swedes getting that puck to the net all the time, keeping things simple, and almost getting a couple scoring chances.
We're going to have a look at another replay of just what happened there in that Swedish scoring opportunity on their power play. Look off to the right-hand part of your screen.
Right there, back door. Oh, wide open net, missed it. Shot wide.
Oh.
Penalty coming up. Yep.
Delayed penalty against Sweden. The Canadians are pulling Smith, the goalie, out. They've got the 6th attacker out on the ice. Canadians moving it up into the mid-ice area. Not seeing what they want, so they take the puck right back into their own zone. Take a few seconds off the clock. Here come the Canadians again. They've got a 6th attacker out on the ice. It's a delayed penalty against the Swedes. Doing not bad keeping possession of the puck, actually.
Absolutely.
There's a bit of interference. The fans are seeing a bit of interference. There was a possible tip in.
Team Canada just controlling the game right now.
Let's see how long they can keep that puck before the Swedes can actually touch it. The one timing it. There it is. It's whistled down. It'll be a penalty against Sweden. Canada, I think they kept it for over a minute.
Over a minute they had, and Stahl, I'm not sure it's Jordan or Eric, had that wide open net and just missed it from a great pass by Steven Stamkos. We'll see right there. Give the pass to Stamkos. He's gonna go up. Oh, we did see that, but it was perfect pass from Stamkos, and there's that penalty from Peterson there. There's that pass from Stamkos, open net. Just missed it. It was Eric Stahl. He's a little bit discouraged from himself.
Frederick Peterson gets himself a 2-minute penalty, and Canada goes on to the power play right now. Maybe Enroth, or looking at his equipment, or maybe he caught a puck on one of his hands. Seems to be all right. We're getting back to play right now. 5-on-4 for Canada. 2-minute penalty against Sweden. Face off in the Canadian zone. Canadians have the possession, moving the puck around the perimeter of the ice surface. Number 51 for Canada, Brian Campbell on the point, taking his time, moving it over to his companion, Matt Duchesne. Campbell, Duchesne looking to see if he can move it in closer towards the net. Off into the corner area. Canadians don't seem to be in that great of a rush. And the Canadians seem quite content to eat up as much of the 2 minutes possible on this penalty.
Good job.
Excellent work by the Canadians by keeping the puck. Swedes not being very aggressive at all on this penalty killing. Canada walking in, taking a shot from Justin Schultz. Stahl trying everything possible to get that puck back. Finally, the Swedes do get the puck and throw it right down to the end of the ice.
Good control by Canada. Not a lot of things happening on the net side, but controlling the puck very well.
Just over 30 seconds left in the power play for Canada. Canada going behind its net, reorganizing. Here comes Canada once again, moving the puck around with great ease. Coming in, looking for the Stamkos, looking for that one-timing shot, goal in. Denied this time by Enroth. Enroth lost his stick for a few seconds, got it back now. Teams are back at full strength, 5-on-5. 14 minutes left in the third period. 3-0 Canada.
Another open net miss by Canada. Team Stamkos on that rebound shot from Robida. Missed a wide open net.
Canada seems to be quite in control of this game so far. And the Swedes finally get the puck, coming back down on the Canadians, trying to get some shots down onto Smith. They had some pressure at the beginning of this period, but Canada seems to be stymieing them in every possible area of the game. Stahl out there again, bringing pressure on the Swedish defenseman behind their net, causing a cough up of the puck. Here's a one-timer from the point onto the Swedish net, going wide.
Sweden gave themselves a good chance with their power play, missing a few times. It could have had that could have been a 3-1 game right now. Fortunately for them, it didn't go in. And then Team Canada with their power play, with the 6-on-5 and the delayed power penalty there. Like you said, Mark, they've controlled the puck for at least a good minute, and almost getting a goal with Eric Stahl with that open net.
And again, one of the factors in this game has been penalties. Discipline is extremely important at this level. As we say, stick work is very frowned upon by the referees, which means that many players do have to change a part of their style. There comes a quick wraparound shot from the Swedes from the face-off.
Good job there by Gustafsson, cutting the way of Taylor Hall, get himself a breakaway.
Swedes now turning it around in the mid-ice area. Long shot on Smith. Has no problem taking that shot and passing it off to his defenseman. He's very good with using the puck, Smith.
Absolutely. Just like another forward.
Canada working heavily on the Swedish defenseman along the boards. Here come the Swedes looking for a quick tip in, but to no avail so far. Canada is able to stymie them even at that. Oh, one-timer. Smith got his leg out, right leg out to stop that one.
Sloppy play by Team Canada, their own zone there. You just saw in the back check, Jordan Eberle, instead of taking his man in the middle of the slot, ended up behind the net, which created a loose puck. Team Sweden were able to recuperate the puck, made a good pass in the slot. There's the pass, good one-timer chance.
As you say, Canada all night long has been giving up that space to the Swedes.
There's Eberle, instead of standing in front of that slot, there's behind the net. There's no use there.
Good point, Pat.
Canadian fan there, probably enjoying his night right now. 3-0.
He seems quite happy. That's true. There we see one of the goal scorers tonight, number 91, Steve Stamkos. He one-timed a beautiful shot into the net to get things rolling for the Canadians. Canadians looking very different from the beginning of this tournament. Seem to be getting into their stride. Instead, Sweden, as you're saying, maybe waiting for some reinforcements coming in from other teams that should be arriving in these next few days. 11:40 left in the third period. 3-0 Canada against Sweden. Face off in the Canadian zone. And the Swedes have to bring it out into mid-ice area and regroup. Canada conceding this space up to the, almost up to the mid-ice area, making it more difficult for the Swedes to find space and get good scoring or shooting opportunities. Canada forcing a cough up. Here comes Stahl.
Smart play by Simmons.
Puck along the boards, dragging it along the area. Puck does come out in the mid-ice area, picked up by Canada between the defensemen. Puck over to Justin Schultz, number 19. He has it over to his other defenseman. It's back to Justin Schultz. Cross-ring pass, deep down into the Swedish zone. Patrick, what will you say? The Swedish goalie will wait with that question now just for a second until the Canadians maybe get some sort of combination. No, the puck goes off into the corner. Should the Swedes be stopping the play as many times as possible to don't let the Canadians get into a rhythm, to take seconds off the clock, break up their rhythm? That way the Swedes get more and more chances to get different combinations onto the ice. Yeah,
that could be a good point, and that's why probably Smith, every time he gets the puck in his glove, he puts it down looking for a quick pass to get to his teammates, because they want the time to keep rolling. Exactly. They want to get this game over with, and Sweden should take every possible opportunity to do the opposite.
Here they come, the Swedes. Big, here's a, oh, just couldn't squeeze that puck to get the shot off. Beautiful setup from number 91, Jamtin. Here he comes again, Jamtin. That could have been offside. Big scramble in front of the Canadian net. Smith has it. Everything's finished.
Well, two good scoring chance by Swedes here, and unfortunately for them, it doesn't go in.
And that was Jamtin who was getting out there creating some opportunities for his team with Lundqvist.
See a little bit of frustration getting in there.
Here's Jamtin putting it across right there. Seemed to have taken the eye off the puck. Wanted to see where he was able to shoot it before he had control of the puck.
Sometimes at the last moment when things don't go well your way, the puck comes on your stick, just a little bounce, gets over it, gets in your skate, lose control of it. Only takes a second.
In fact, yeah, and it just creates more frustration. Now we're getting
goalie change. Enroth seems to be hurt, and Markstrom's gonna get in his place right now.
Jacob Markstrom is going to get some experience coming out. Enroth says, I've had enough. You try doing something. So Jacob Markstrom comes on the ice. Enroth out. You can't really complain about Enroth. He didn't have all that much opportunity on the goals. Did a very good job out there.
Very well. He held the team in the game in the beginning.
Exactly. Just as Smith is holding the Canadians in the game right now on that last save.
Absolutely. You know, 9 minutes of hockey, Mark, a lot of things can happen. I've seen things happen in less minutes than that. 3-goal difference.
can evaporate in a matter of seconds.
Absolutely.
Now the Swedes seem to be getting some more of their energy back. Coming back at the Canadians, looking for a tap-in. Still trying to create another opportunity. The puck bounces over the Canadian net into the corner. Canadians reacting by trying to get the puck out over the blue line with Jordan Nieberle trailing Duchesne. It's the Duchesne-Eberle combo so far. And the net gets off its moorings. We get a stoppage in play in the Swedish zone. And there we have a look at Markstrom, number 25, Jacob Markstrom, the new goalie coming in for the Swedish side.
Florida Panthers goalie, and we see him getting tested right away. Big save right there against Taylor Hall. Welcome to the game, Mr. Markstrom.
That's right. They don't take that much time to give you your welcoming shot, let's say.
Oh, Mr. Vajislav Tretiak.
That's right. Very famous in Canada from the 1972 Canada-Russia hockey series.
Cup Canada, Canada Cup. One of the great goalies.
And here come the Swedes out of their own zone. Just over 8 minutes left in the game. They've got to get something going in these next few minutes. Offside against the Swedes. Lindberg, I think he put himself offside maybe.
Absolutely. Lost control of the puck for a second there, and Skates went in first, puck second.
And there we have a good look at Enroth, the goalie, the Swedish goalie that came off. Had a good game.
A little frustrated, I guess, too.
Frustrated, very much so.
There's not much you could do in the goals, Mark, against him.
No.
Like you said before, he held the team. He held the team in the game, especially in the first period. Could have been easily 3-4-0 for Canada instead of being 1-0. And
that's right. Canada had 2 or 3 consecutive breakaways on them. Came up with huge saves.
Absolutely, gave his chance to gave his team a chance to win. That's for sure.
That's right. And as you're saying, with the new troops coming in, the Sedin brothers. That's going to change the face of the Swedish team coming up to the weekend. Maybe they're coming in just at the right time for the quarterfinals starting.
It's kind of going to give them another different breathe, especially with the attack. And like I said, on the power play, the Sedins twin, they know each other in and out, and Edler is playing with them in Vancouver, so definitely going to be a good welcome change for the Swedish team.
They'll bring much more precision and speed and accuracy as well. Here come the Swedes right now. Big number 92, Landskog, Gabriel Landskog. Trying to bring it down at the Canadian zone, but the Canadians won't have any of that. They throw right back down into the mid-ice area, and the Swedes have to try all over again. Here's a good opportunity, possible opportunity. The Canadians collapse towards in front of the net, clogging up the area. Able to come up with the puck, now throwing it deep down into the Swedish zone, looking for a tip-in.
Good forecheck by Giroux and Stemkos. Try by Andrew Ladd right there, missed the net.
There's some pressure brought on the Canadian defense, who handled it quite well.
Swedish team did have their chances. It's not like they didn't have any chances. They just couldn't put the puck in the net.
Yeah, they just lacked that last little bit of finishing power from or precision or finesse from the players, and it could be a very different game.
Absolutely.
There we see Jeff Skinner, number 53 for Canada, out there on the ice, trying to dig the puck out of his own end. Puck comes around to the Swedish defenseman. There comes a quick shot in on Smith. He turns it off into the corner.
Good job by O'Reilly. No stick. Make sure he gets first to the puck, protecting the puck and making one of their teammates come in and help him get the puck out of the zone.
Skinner goes deep into the Swedish zone. Here could be an opportunity for number 9, Duchesne, Matt Duchesne. No, turn around. Here's a quick turnaround for the Swedes, trying to create a 2-on-2 situation. Smith comes up big. Big save again against the Swedes.
Where's that D getting involved again from Sweden, getting that scoring chance.
Eberle out there, trying to do his bit, bringing some high pressure onto the Swedes.
Good pressure by Team Canada right there.
Eberle goes for a change, goes back to the bench. Sweden once again trying to work it out of the corner, but the Canadians come up better. Offside against Sweden.
Well, time's running down there, Mark.
That's right.
Sweden's got to get a goal as soon as possible. If not, chances are not very good. See that nice play, D coming in, getting that scoring chance. Good save there by Smith.
Big number 7, Talander.
Yep.
Henrik Talander had his chance. Set up by Jamtin, Andreas Jamtin. Smith making another huge save for the Canadian side. But yeah, the Swedes have to look. Paramars has to look up and down the bench and see if he can't get a different combination of players out there that might catch the Canadians off guard and create a few more opportunities. Stahl dragging the puck through the mid-ice area, dumps it deep down into the Swedish zone. Wayne Simmons has had a good game, number 17 for Canada, getting lots of ice time. Canada getting some fresh legs on the ice. Number 16, Ladd, for the Canadians is out there. The Canadians coming out of their own zone. Canadians definitely wanting just to wear down the clock, get as many seconds off of the clock as possible. They're quite content to play out the game between the two blue lines if they have to. Here comes Stamkos. Steve looking for a good shot.
Good play right there.
Oh! Just about to give away to the Canadians right in front of the Swedish net.
What I like about Team Canada, even with the score 3-0, they keep putting in pressure. They don't stop, they don't wait, they don't stop the play. They keep going at them, and which makes it hard for the Swedish team to get some rhythm.
That's right, exactly. Excellent job. No penalty called on that last encounter between the players of the two sides. Here comes Jeff Skinner, keeping possession of the puck. And we have a stoppage in play right now. There is a penalty going to be called.
Again?
Or maybe it was just a high stick. We're going to have to wait and see in a second to see what the referee decides.
I think against Sweden. No? No. So you're right, high stick, I guess.
And we get a resumption in play right away. Canadians get a quick shot on Markstrom. Jacob Markstrom turns it into the corner.
Well, it's pretty safe to say, Mark, that with 2 minutes left, the way the game is going, it's, we can almost say right away it's a Canadian victory.
We would like to say that, but Sweden, I think all they need is one goal, and all of a sudden they can turn things around. They would get their fire back on their team. But we'll see how things play out for the last minute 40. In the third period, it is 3-0 for Canada. Canada has been able to stymie the Swedish attack. for most of the third period. It was the second period that changed things for Canada, coming out with that quick goal in the first 55 seconds. And Jordan Eberle, number 14 for Canada, bringing it down into the Swedish zone. Oh, big giveaway to Eberle. There's a shot going wide. 1 minute left in the game. Duchesne out there with Eberle. They're buzzing.
Hear people whistling at their own team. It's not a good sign.
No, it's you can see the frustration on a lot of the Swedish players. They gave it all. That they're going to have to go back to the workshop and retool and get a new strategy. Sweden actually has more shots on goal than Canada, but it comes down to quality shots as well and goals as well, obviously.
There you go.
And just under 20 seconds left in the game. Working along the boards in the Swedish zone. Canadians looking for that last shot on Markstrom. And that looks like that's just going to be it. That's it. The game is over. Canada wins 3-0 against Sweden. A little bit of shoving going on at the end. Things should settle down quite well. And we have Lindy Ruff, head coach of Canada, has to be fairly content with his players. They're bringing home the win. They're going to have to tighten up. They have to tighten up the screws on the team a bit for the next games against the next teams that they're going to be coming up against. Sweden had a tough time of it, but they made a good game. Now we're going to see Pat, player of the games.
Well, player of the game, it's got a tough one. I'm going to go with Jordan Stahl for Team Canada. Okay, good. And I have to go with N. Roth for Team Sweden. He's made some unbelievable save and kept the team in the game for a long time.
Good idea. I'm going to take the same choice. We'll see what the judges, whether they concur or not. And we're waiting for the most valuable player awards. You know, with these tournaments, as they say, these tournaments are a marathon with some sprints between the start and the finish.
Absolutely.
These teams, when you have to play one day on, one day off. Simon Jarmalson gets MVP for the Swedish side. But if you're playing one day on, one day off, or back-to-back games, it's tough.
It's tough, but you get into a rhythm. So I don't think the practices are hard either. So it should be.
Mike Smith, the goalie for Canada, gets the
shutout.
Gets the shutout. Mike Smith gets the shutout. He gets the MVP for Canada. And that's going to be all from us for tonight. From myself, Mark Bearwald.
Patrice Lefebvre.
And come back again in these next few days. It's only going to get better and better and better with the quality of games and the quality of play. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.